The phone's vibration tore through the quiet darkness, a sharp buzz that jolted me awake. My heart thudded as I reached for it, blinking against the glow of the screen. One message. From Lily, my fiancé. I'm 8 weeks pregnant. You will pay child support. The words burned into my mind, slicing through the fog of sleep. Pregnant? Child support? A chill spread through me, confusion mixing with disbelief. We hadn't touched each other in months, not since her late nights at work had become routine, her excuses stacking up like overdue bills. I stared at the message, the room thick with silence. The refrigerator hummed softly in the distance, the only sound in the still apartment. My sheets were cold and damp against my skin as I sat up, reading the text again and again, trying to make sense of it. My thumb hovered over the reply button, but my thoughts tangled. Lily was supposed to be asleep in the next room. Lately, she'd insisted on separate beds. I just need space, she'd said. Space. That word had lodged itself in my chest weeks ago, small but relentless. I slid out of bed and padded quietly across the floor. Her phone was on the coffee table, dark and still. I hesitated only a second before picking it up. The screen unlocked with the same password she'd used since the day we met. The message app was already open, to Evan. My stomach turned. I scrolled, my pulse roaring in my ears. Miss you already, she'd written the night before. Can't wait for tomorrow red heart hash, he'd replied. The heart emoji felt like a knife. Evan, her coworker. The one she'd brushed off as just a friend whenever I asked. Laughter a little too quick, eyes a little too evasive. The messages stretched back for weeks. Flirty, familiar, unmistakably intimate. My knees gave out, and I dropped onto the couch. The leather groaned beneath me, the weight of the truth pressing down harder with every breath. Dawn crept in through the curtains, pale and merciless. Then came the sound of movement. Soft footsteps. Lily's. My pulse raced as she appeared in the doorway, hair tousled, expression wary. What's this? I rasped, holding up her phone. Her face went pale. Her lips parted, but no sound came. Finally, in a whisper barely above silence, she said, I can explain. It's not what you think. But her eyes, God, her eyes, told the story before her mouth did. Guilt. Fear. Maybe regret. I wanted to believe her. Wanted to remember the good, the 3 years of shared dreams, the laughter, the lake house we'd planned, the engagement ring glinting on her hand. Then explain, I said, voice trembling. Explain why you're texting another man about a baby you're saying is mine. She sank into the armchair, wringing her hands. It was a mistake, she murmured. Evan and I, it just happened. I never meant for it to go this far. Her confession hit like a slow knife, each word cutting deeper than the last. How long? I asked, the words barely holding together. She looked away. The silence between us was louder than any confession could be. It's been months, she finally whispered, her voice breaking. But I love you, Nate. I swear I do. Love. The word felt empty, mocking. I paced the room, feeling the walls closing in. The faint trace of her lavender perfume hung in the air, once a comfort, now a chokehold. Then why the text? I demanded, turning to face her. Why tell me I might be responsible for a child that isn't even mine? Tears welled in her eyes, but I felt nothing. Not anymore. I panicked, she said softly. Evan, he doesn't want this. I thought if I told you, maybe you'd stay. That we could raise his kid. I snapped, my voice raw, cracking under the weight of anger. You thought I'd just accept that? After everything? She flinched as the words struck her, but I couldn't stop. The rage poured out, hot and uncontrollable. Memories spun through my head. Her laughter on our first date, her hand clutching mine during storms, the promises whispered in the dark. All of it, lies. She stood, reaching out as if to erase the distance between us, but I stepped back. That gap between us had become an unbridgeable void. I never meant to hurt you, she sobbed. I was scared. I still want us. Her voice trembled, but the words sounded hollow, false notes in a broken song. You don't get to want that anymore, I said quietly, my voice flat, cold. You destroyed it. The day blurred into fragments after that. Her packing a bag, her tearful apologies, the door slamming shut behind her. I sat in the stillness she left behind, the weight of betrayal pressing hard against my chest. Then my phone buzzed. A text. Unknown number. Nate, it's Evan. We need to talk. My stomach dropped. What now? I hesitated, then typed. Where? His reply came fast. The cafe on 5th. 1 hour. The place was crowded, full of chatter and clinking glasses, so ordinary it felt cruel. Evan sat in the corner, looking nothing like the villain I'd imagined. He looked tired, haunted. It's not what you think, he said quickly, his voice low and tense. What do you mean? I asked, wary. He leaned forward, hands clasped, eyes fixed on mine. She told me you two were done. That you'd split up. I didn't even know about the engagement until last week. His words hit like a hammer, breaking through the narrative I'd built to survive. The baby, he went on, voice faltering. She says it's mine, but she keeps avoiding a paternity test. I think she's lying to both of us. The air left my lungs. Lily hadn't just been unfaithful, she'd been calculating. Deceptive. Manipulative enough to pit us against each other, just to keep control. All her tears, her pleas, they were weapons. What do we do? I asked, my voice barely a whisper. Evan looked up, meeting my eyes with the same exhaustion I felt. We find out the truth, he said. I nodded. A strange, fragile understanding passed between us, two men wrecked by the same storm. When I stepped out of the cafe, the city hummed around me, distant and indifferent. My heart felt heavier, but clearer. Lily's lies had broken everything we were, but they wouldn't break what came next. Not anymore.